Hello, Weaver families. Mr. Gong here with you for this video. We're going to be going over the information for the 2021 cross country season. This will include tryouts all the way up until competition time. If you are not interested yourself, if you're a student watching this, or if you're a parent and your student is not interested in participating in cross country and trying out for the cross country team this year, then you do not have to watch this video. Again, this video is only for students and families where their student is interested in trying out for this year's cross country team. All right. With that said, all of our planning that we've done, both as a site and as a league, is with keeping our students, our student athletes, and then also our coaching staff health and safe during this time. Those are the most important things, while also still getting to set up for competition, especially if your student athlete is in love with cross country. So everything that you're about to watch and hear for your student to be able to participate was with their health and safety in mind. All students will have to participate in rapid antigen testing if they would like to try out for the cross country team. So before tryouts, you'll be required to obtain a permission slip for participation in cross country, and this will need to be completed by a parent or guardian, and that is both for participation in cross country, but then also the authorization for the rapid antigen testing on site. Authorization for rapid antigen testing completed also by a parent or guardian. And student athletes will be required to have a negative test before they can be authorized to try out. Okay, and we will be going over what the practice schedule looks like and when testing is available for you to bring your student athlete in. If a student athlete tests positive, they will not be able to participate because the length of the season is so short that any student returning from quarantine would not have enough time to safely train to compete. We are on a very shortened season for all of our sports this year. And so like it says there, any student that was to have a positive test would not have enough time to quarantine and then get back and condition to be in shape for competition. And so they would not be able to participate this school year. And then all student athletes will be required to test weekly if they are asked to be on the team. So where can you pick up these permission slips? If you have a printer, they will be attached to the parent square message and also an email to all students. You also can come by the school office and fill those out, or you can obtain one when you bring your student in during the testing windows. And you can fill it out there and then as you wait for them after they get their test. So there is a lot of ways that you can get that, but all student athletes trying out for the team will need to have a negative rapid antigen test that will be completed here at the school, free of charge to both the family member and the student. So the testing that will take place prior to tryouts. So sixth grade students, again, this is sixth grade students only. Your tryouts will be Tuesday, March 30th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. So you will be able to bring your sixth grader in to test the rapid antigen test either this Friday, 3/26, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday, if they are an in-person student, make sure that they have the completed permission slip and then they can test while they're on campus. Or if you're a distance learning student, or if you're an in-person student and you can't sign the permission slip till later, it'll be open from 9 to 3 on Monday. And then on Tuesday, any in-person student can do it while they're on campus, or you can come from 9 to 3 again. And again, this is all sixth grade students. In order to be eligible to try out, you also will have to sign up through Parent Square because we cannot have more students than 15-to-1 ratio to adults. And so we need to make sure that we do have enough adults out there for supervision so that we can make sure, again, health and safety is the number one concern. So sixth grade students, your tryouts will be on Tuesday. And so parents, if you have a sixth grade student on the Parent Square message, you will want to sign up for one of the times that are listed there on Tuesday. On Wednesday, it's pretty much the same information, but now it's going to be for seventh grade students. So seventh grade students, to come and get your rapid antigen testing before your tryouts on Wednesday, you can either come Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Again, if you're an in-person student, you can do it while you're on campus, and then it is open for any student from 9 to 3. And then lastly, 8th grade, your tryouts will be Thursday, April 1st. And again, your days for coming in to get your testing prior to tryouts would be Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday before your tryouts. When you do come to the school, you will be entering in on the coffee gate, which is also right now the 7th grade gate. Okay? So testing, there will be continued testing. If you are asked to be on the team, this will be all grades. Testing must be completed before the first day of practice for the week. And so when we get into the practice schedule, you'll see that practices are every Tuesday and Thursday. And so you either have to get tested and have a negative test on Monday or Tuesday before practice. Any student that has not completed their testing will not be allowed to stay with the team. They will have to be picked up until their testing is completed. And again, for any positive rapid antigen test results, again, because of the length of the season being so short, they would not have enough time to quarantine and then come back to safely train. And so any student would be ineligible for the season, but they would be able to come back out next year. So the tryout schedule we just reviewed, but what do you need to bring? Make sure you bring your signed permission slip, water, 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 and water. Make sure to bring a lot of water because you will not be allowed to share water with one another, and you will have to have your own container of water. Now, we do have some fill stations around campus that are hands-free, and so you would be able to fill them up there if you run out, but make sure to bring a lot of water. Make sure to come into your workout attire that you will be working out and conditioning in, your running shoes, and then make sure that you do have your face covering as well. Make sure that you are in your clothes for tryouts because locker rooms will not be open. Restrooms will be open if you need to use the facilities there. Practice schedule. So each day that you come for practice and or tryouts, each day you will enter the campus. You will go through the 7th grade gate and go through a health screening, just like you do if you're an in-person student now, or any time that you've come on campus, there will be a health screening there for you. And the 7th grade gate is the gate that's closest to the baseball field on the Coffee Street entrance there. Now, for practice, there will be optional practices the week of spring break, which would be 4-6, 4-8, and 4-9. And then team practices will begin the week that we get back. Those practices will be from 4 to 5:30, and the dates are listed there that there will be practice. We are trying to make sure to give you all this information ahead of time. We do know how much of a commitment it is going to be by our families to get their students to and from practice each day. And so we want to make sure that before you make that commitment to come and try out, that we've given you as much of the information as possible for the days and the times of the commitment. During practice, there are safety protocols that have been put on place. And so the first thing that will happen when you come to practice is you will be health screened upon your entry to campus. You will need to make sure to bring all of your own equipment and in uniform ready to practice and compete. This is including your water and water bottles. All workouts will remain outdoors. We will not be using the fitness lab at this time. The local Department of Public Health guidelines will be used for social distancing, and masks will be worn during practices when appropriate. During times of heavy exertion, during conditioning and training, students will be spaced out in greater distances if it is an activity where they do have to take their mask off so they're getting sufficient oxygen and breathing during their conditioning. And so we will increase the distance between students then. The competition schedule. So this is just some information so that you know the cross country meets ahead of time that has been decided by our league. All athletes will need to ride the bus to the cross country meet. Students can go home with their parents once signed out with the coach, but they will need to ride the bus from Weaver over to the cross country meet and go as a team, but they will be able to be signed out by a parent or guardian and leave with you. Each student athlete will be given 4 tickets for admission into each competition, and each ticket will have an area for the name and phone number of the guest just in case contact tracing purposes are needed. And then once at the meet, each team, this is including the athletes and the guests, will have a designated pod area that they'll have to remain in during the competition time. And we won't know those areas for each meet until we get there. And our competition schedule is this. There will be 3 meets. We'll be having a meet on the 16th, the 23rd, and the 30th. The locations are there for you, the schools. And then we are going to depart each day at 2 o'clock for those meets so that we can get there and get the athletes here on campus, get them health screened and checked in, and then over and stretched and ready for competition. Again, this information we hope is comprehensive enough for you to make a decision before you say yes or no for your students to try out for cross country this season. We are taking the health and safety precautions extremely serious. If there is something that we have forgotten, this is something that we will be changing. If there's suggestions, if there's things that we see where we can make things more safe for our student athletes, we will be doing that and updating parents as well. A big thank you to all of our students and to all of our families for taking this time. And we hope that you have a wonderful experience coming and trying out for the 2021 Weaver Cross Country team. Thank you and have a good day.